So Sabina is inside getting her stuff, and I wanted to prove that I could do an intro. So, she'll be out in a minute, but we'll see how this goes. So you're listening to Creamhouse, White Trim, and Other Modern Horrors. I'm Liam, and Sabina will join us in a minute. And we don't have a guest today, but we decided to do something new to keep it interesting. So it's dark out now, or it's getting dark, and we'll see how it goes.
Hi.
I already recorded the intro.
Oh, you're recording the intro right now?
Yeah, I already did that.
Wait, no, but you should put this part in the intro too, because it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but I'm not recording.
It doesn't matter.
You can only hear me really faintly. I'll just yell. Oh, wait, people are asleep. Oh, so now I can't even interrupt you. Oh, let me get a flashlight for us. Oh, no, we didn't need the flashlights. Wow, okay.
See, I'm more prepared than Sabina for the first time literally ever. Sabina is a lot more organized than I am. I was going to say very organized, but I think that's more your family than you.
It's a low bar. Sorry, that was really,
true.
really mean. I'm sorry.
That's not true.
It's also not true.
You're a teenager, and somehow you still manage to have multiple organized...
Well, I just like to make schedules. It's not like I follow the schedules. It's just, if I make schedules, then I'm not sitting aimlessly and screaming into a dark void. I'm stepping loud because my mom thinks we should have more audio about us traveling. I just realized that we're walking around in sort of like hunched over positions, stomping and holding our microphone down to our feet. It's like 10 p.m., 9 p.m. still, whatever. Let's walk by my house. I'll bring you a glass of water. I am knocking in the hope someone will let me in. Hi, Mom. 1 glass. 2 glasses. Editor Liam, you should probably take this out. It's quite boring. Alright, here I go. Hey, Mama, can you close the door when you get a chance? My hands are full.
And she's inside, which means I get to tell a story. So every year, Sabina and her parents and grandparents do a gingerbread house party in which they make a bunch of gingerbread in the correctly shaped pieces and bring a bunch of their old friends to decorate them and then put them together and make gingerbread houses. One year, a couple years ago, Quinn and Kai, who were also both there, I think they were making gingerbread, and then something happened, and I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but somehow I turned around and they both had chairs pointed at each other with the feet up. I'm not sure quite what the resolution of that was, but...
The resolution was I was right.
What?
About whatever you were talking about.
I was actually telling a story about the gingerbread house when Quinn and Kai pulled chairs on each other.
Oh, yeah, and then my mom yelled at them. That was fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. They deserve to be yelled at. They don't generally deserve to be yelled at. Just in that particular instance, they did deserve to be yelled at. There's your water.
Thank you very much.
I'm probably going to drink this whole glass of water and then refill with the hose. The hose is potable water.
Why do people say potable?
What do you say, potable?
I always read it.
Yeah, you say potable.
That's really weird.
But it's how it's pronounced, I think. Okay, potable or not. That's kind of all the water I want. Oh, we can talk about this house with all the flags. We haven't talked about that one.
Oh, yeah.
It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flags hanging in front of, like, they've got, like, a weird garage situation.
How many can you recognize?
United States, Canada, Denmark, Mexico, Sweden, don't know.
I think the last one's Oregon. Is the last one Oregon?
No, it's like the Big Dipper. I don't think that's in place.
Well, I'm pretty sure Oregon has a flag that looks like that.
No, it doesn't.
Like that.
Maybe no. Oregon's flag is two-sided. It's a different thing on each side. And that's the unique thing about Oregon. Nobody else's flag is like that. And I don't know what the other flag is. We could ask them. I've lived here for 9 years total, I think. I lived in Jerusalem. Whatever.
Yeah. That is not whatever.
It is totally whatever. I'm so sick of talking about it because for like
okay, you might be, but I'm definitely not.
I'm also sick of listening to it. So I'm going to plug my ears and go la 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 while you talk about it. For 6 months after we moved back, everyone was like, "Oh, Sabina, what's it like living in Jerusalem? Oh, what was it like in Israel? Oh." And I was like, "Please go away." And they didn't go away. And then eventually they did. Here's a house.
Wait, no, I get to talk about this for a minute at least.
You absolutely do not.
Okay, set a timer.
La 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 la.
Sabina,
la,
you
la,
have a
la,
timer
la,
on your
la,
watch.
La 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 la.
I-
La la
1
la
minute.
la la la.
I get 1 minute.
Law.
1 minute.
Law.
1 minute.
Law.
1 minute.
Law. You could have
Please?
your own podcast.
Please?
This is an interesting house to talk about.
Okay, I want 1 minute.
No.
Okay, 10 seconds?
Fine.
Okay. You're counting so fast.
No, I'm not. I'm counting in seconds. 3, 2,
That does not count.
1. The end. Okay, this house.
This house is just big. Like, I don't care for it, but it's just big.
It's fine.
It's just big.
No, okay. Well, like,
I don't like it, I don't dislike it, it's just big.
well, I don't like you. Just kidding. But,
Wow, you really are loopy.
yeah.
Sabina gets loopier when it's late at night. I do too
it's
sometimes,
true.
but
Okay, you can stop explaining me now.
explaining what you're like when you're loopy?
No, you just, like, oh, Sabina lived in Israel, oh, Sabina gets loopy, It's,
Those are not related.
no,
Actually,
I know,
they sort
but
of
they're
are.
both you talking about me.
It is sort of weird to have people talk about you
Right,
in front of your
exactly.
face. Tell there's someone else.
Oh, Liam doesn't like bees. Liam's really short. Liam didn't show up on film until he was 11.
Can I at least defend myself? I was very afraid of bees for a long time.
Right.
And am not anymore.
Okay.
Um,
That's true.
I mean, I still don't like yellow jackets and hornets, but
Well, who does?
and like, wasps and stuff, but yeah, no one does.
Okay, we've literally talked about one house this entire episode.
Yeah, because I kept. Oh well, there's 2 more things to do. I'm not gonna bother with the short thing because we've already talked about that. Oh yeah, I also didn't like pictures. I was a bit of a weird kid. Still am.
Were we all?
Yeah.
So this house is nice because they have some very nice signs out in front.
Yeah, it's sort of like. Is that like? It's like a yellow green.
It's
More
like,
green than yellow.
It's sort of it, but it's like also pale.
Yeah.
And then they have like a nice kind of like rustish. I don't know. It sounds bad. I feel like
It's
when I
like
talk about
a less dirty, brighter version of our house.
It's like avocado omelet, but
Yeah.
good. Which it sounds like avocado omelet, and then you whip it
You're
in
not
a beater.
gonna keep going with the blood theme.
No blood. And the orange is like sort of rusty, but it's nice. And they have like a really cute mailbox. I don't know. I don't really like their house number that much, but I'll forgive them for it because it's like sort of nice. But
I remember the point at which I realized that house numbers don't actually go one by one. They actually skip a bunch, and I think it's like 7 or so.
It's not consistent.
It's not consistent, but I remember the one that I counted, I was like 7. I immediately asked my dad, and he was like, yeah, that's how they do it, because sometimes people like to split the plot.
Huh.
And yeah, in this neighborhood, I kind of would like it if they didn't, because basically, housing market spiked. A lot of developers came in and demolished 100-year-old houses to build, 6-story.
Well, you can't build a 6-story apartment in this zone.
Yeah, but I'm
yeah.
exaggerating a little
I
bit.
know. You are. That's okay.
They
have
would if they could.
this house. It's got like a cool
This is the same house.
lattice. Yes, thank you. It is the same house. It's got like a cool lattice thing above the porch. I don't know. I'm a fan. They have nice hanging plants. This is my favorite so far. Oh, the moon is like cloudy. You can just see like a faint moon under the fuzzy clouds. It's nice.
That's cool. Blue or is it purple?
For reference, listeners, I'm standing and looking at Liam, and my mouth is agape. I'm going,
It's blue, purple, gray.
okay, it's blue or it's gray, Liam. It is not purple.
There's a little bit of purple in it. If you look, like over there, it's very blue, but over here, it's more purple.
It's more gray.
No, you're wrong.
But I'm right. Okay, so this house that's in front of the moon, with clouds in between the house and the moon. It's not very well illuminated, but I think I like it. It has a nice sort of asymmetrical, like, porch roof room. The door has a big round window. It feels like a very traditional sort of house, I don't know. I like it.
I think the porch does not feel very traditional. Like the porch ceiling doesn't feel very traditional. But
Well,
the rest,
it's like jutted out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I like it. It doesn't have to be traditional.
Yeah, it doesn't. But the point is, it's not completely traditional. It's not the comic book house that we were talking about a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it's not the comic book house, but it's nice. I don't want my house to be in the dictionary when you look up house.
Yeah, I feel like the traditional house is like, maybe that's the traditional cabin, but like Lincoln logs.
Yeah, like
if you just
like
put
a log
together,
cabin.
Yeah, if you just put together that.
Well, that's a log cabin, not a
that's
house.
a cabin. Not
I mean,
yeah.
It can be a house.
But that's something we can agree on at least. That's the starting point.
I can agree that log cabins exist and are cool.
Well,
What more
can you
want me
agree
to
that
on?
if you made a Lincoln log cabin big, it would be the traditional cabin.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll agree on that. Whatever. I'm feeling kind of ambivalent. Oh, there's a dog. It's barking.
Now you have to name it.
Yeah. Lige. No.
This one's not coming naturally.
Lubin.
Okay.
Lubin.
I'm not a big fan of the name, but
Me
sure.
neither. It's in this weird song that I sang about, it's like, my mother bids me bind my hair with bands of rosy hue, tie up my sleeves with ribbons rare, and lace my bodice blue. Bodice.
Someone's read too much.
Alas, I scarce shall go or creep while Lubin. What am I saying? Okay, this house.
You're stating a song like poetry.
Right. Because I'm not going to be caught dead singing on a podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Right. Especially when the other person's editing it.
What? Because I'd leave it in?
Right. Okay, so this house is a carrot.
Yeah.
But
it's worse than a
entirely in a
carrot.
bad way.
No, it's worse than a carrot.
No, it's
Okay,
not
so it's-
worse. Well, it
it's
is worse
very
than a carrot
orange,
because you can't eat
Black
it.
trim, red door.
No, green trim.
Okay, green trim.
Otherwise
it's
it wouldn't
dark.
be a
It's
carrot.
pretty dark green, but yeah.
Plain
don't know,
green
it just doesn't-
mailbox. It's a
Doesn't
little
work
sad.
for me.
I don't hate it, but I don't. Also, the door is plain wood. I think that really ticks me off. They have an eyeball light.
Okay,
It's
that's
just
pretty good.
sitting there. Oh, that makes me forgive them for everything.
They're just prepping for Halloween early or something.
Liam,
COVID
it's
Halloween.
July. Liam, it's July and they
I'm
have
just
an
giving them an
eyeball light.
excuse, okay?
No, I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's awesome. It would be even more awesome if they weren't prepping for Halloween.
Are you assuming they're prepping for Halloween?
No, I'm assuming they're not. It's just an eyeball, and it's just hanging out in the yard and just staring at me, and its name is Moira. No, its name is Mildred.
Okay,
I love
you do not
it.
need to name an eyeball.
I absolutely do.
It's
name
an
is
eyeball
Mildred.
light.
Its name is Mildred.
You could probably go to, like, a hardware store or something and pick that up.
But none of them would be Mildred, Liam.
I feel like that's like naming this shrub, like, Jeremy or something.
No, it's not. It's like naming the shrub Wilson, because that shrub's name is Wilson.
So when Sabina was, what, like 5, you named your feet? And then named your socks for your feet?
7.
Seven?
No, 6. Actually,
Okay.
6.
And then named your sandals?
I don't remember naming
Maybe
my
I'm
shoes or my
exaggerating.
socks.
And then more recently you named your hands?
I named my hands?
Yeah.
What
And
are
then you
they
forgot.
called?
I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. It was on a run.
Okay, but my feet are named Hop and Scotch. And Quinn, guest on episode 3, her feet are named Flip and Flop. It's pretty cool.
I've heard this story many, many, many,
Well,
many
that's all
times.
the story is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
so you can
Well, then
stop
you forget which
complaining,
one's which.
complaining.
You always forget which one's which.
No, the right one's Hop, the left one's Scotch.
Well, now you remember because you've said it so many times to me.
This is a nice house. It's very tall.
It is very tall.
Oh, crickets.
See, I think, like, I wouldn't like the porch if the roof was any more substantial.
Yeah, it's like the porch doesn't really have walls.
Yeah.
It's got a roof, like, sort of sticking out. It's nice. It looks very, like, it sort of looks like the roof is just sort of delicate.
Yeah.
And the porch roof is, like, very light yellow, which you don't really see that on porch roofs.
That works for it here, though, because it makes it sort of
Yeah.
more like a sky, so it's not like it doesn't feel like a big roof.
A light yellow sky.
I've taken basically art classes for the past couple of years and done a bunch of drawing stuff before that. But the point is, one of the things I've learned is things never actually look like you think they look like.
Right.
They look like, right, people essentially make assumptions about things as they see them.
Mm-hmm,
You go, that's a black car, and therefore that fits into your assumption of black. I did that with the green frame trim thing. I just, it was dark. I really did not pay much attention looking at it. I was like, oh, it's black. And then it was black to me until Sabina pointed out that it's not black.
And even with a black car, if you're drawing a black car, for example, cars have a bunch of highlight on them and shine, and so some parts of a black car are white when you draw it.
If you're drawing the sky, if you drew it with a sun, you can draw skies with some very weird colors.
Well, for sure, because the
can
sky is purple, like you just said.
Purple's not great. But green doesn't look bad if a lot of your drawing is green.
Huh.
Yellow is just fine. Blue obviously works. White is easy as well. Or like one of the things that an artist I know who teaches art all the time is that he'll find that people will draw cups. They'll make the top part like an oval, and the bottom will be a line. But the thing is, when you draw the bottom of a cup, you're still in perspective, so it's still a curve.
Right.
You just can't see the back end of that oval. And people don't expect that, and then they come up to him and they go, why is this wrong? Basically, look at things how they are and not how you expect them to be.
Oh boy. So this is large. It's an apartment building. It is 4 stories tall, not 6. Liam was exaggerating.
Well, it doesn't need to be 6 stories tall when it's this big and black. And so Sabina complained about the name of this building earlier.
It's like named after the heroine of a YA novel series. It could be named Hermione. And it's gray, and it has really sad
That's
brick.
black.
No, it's gray. It's gray.
You said it was black last episode.
No, I didn't. It's gray. And nobody can fact check me because that episode is not released, but it's gray. Oh, the brick or the paint?
The paint on the brick. I mean, it's not painted brick, but it's
Oh,
like...
the brick, yeah, it could be black. The paint is gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's sort of, yeah.
Okay, we're both right.
Yeah.
Look at us go.
And it has a bunch of lights.
It
and
sort of looks like
systems.
somebody just dropped a big rectangle. Just like thunk.
A rectangular prism.
A rectangular prism just smushing there are a million of Dorothy's aunt underneath, from The Wizard of Oz. There are just a bunch of evil...
It's not Dorothy's aunt.
No. Oh, you're right. It's an evil witch. Jeez,
Yes.
I really need to read up on my children's literature here.
I find it so funny that in that book, they arrive and immediately kill the villain.
Liam.
In the first 2 chapters or something.
Liam.
Yeah?
Look at that roof.
We talked about this last time.
It was on an episode we deleted.
It's the same episode. Yes, we've gone down the street before.
And I'm so upset about this roof that I have to talk about it again.
The houses are actually slightly different colors.
Oh my
It's
God,
a duplex.
I forgot about that.
Um,
Okay, so it's a duplex. It's like, imagine if you had a perfectly normal gray house, and then you cut it in half right down the middle, and then you took the 2 halves and swapped places. So the roof on either side of the duplex points down. It's like a V, and the V is in the middle of the house. Oh, there's a person in the window who is staring at us. I'm just gonna walk away. Walking
Why
away.
is that so awkward for you?
Because we're staring at their house and just commenting on it. Oh, they have cool lights.
So what happens if they come out? What happens if they come out?
We interview them.
Exactly. It would be so fun.
Yeah, it would be something.
There's a little, what do you call them, neighborhood libraries or something?
Oh, yeah, a little free library.
Oh,
But it's not an official little free library. Oh, it is, but little free libraries said that, they closed because of the coronavirus. I've seen, most of them have, but I guess this one hasn't. Let's see, what's in here? Slug Tossing, A Complete Guide to Palmistry, Miles from Nowhere, Cathedral of the Sea,
Sabina's staring in through the
What's
glass.
the Matter with Kansas, Story's Guide to Raising Chickens. Wait. Is this Sandra Boynton? No, Sandra Brown. Okay, actually, we can talk about the paint on the little free library, because it's a little house.
That's true. It does really look like a house.
It has cute, I like the shingle top. It's just exposed wood.
So it's lit up by a bunch of, white little...
fairy lights.
Yeah. That's a good name for them.
It's-
I hate
that's
calling
what
them
they're
Christmas
called.
lights because it's so...
They're fairy lights. That's
Good.
what they're called.
Good. I appreciate that term.
Yeah. Imagine if you scraped your knee, and your knee got bloody, and it scabbed over, it was a gross scab color, and then the scab turned green. That, the color of Liam's house, is also the color of this little free library. And then it has orange trim. Orange.
It's sort of orange-red.
Trim. Orange. Reddish.
It doesn't bug me nearly as much as my house does.
Well, because it's tiny. Oh my god, Liam, their house is the same color scheme as the little free library. It's totally the same paint.
That's totally true.
Oh my gosh.
Even the lights match.
Even the lights match? Oh, yeah.
Red lights and white lights.
Red and white.
And
Oh,
the
my gosh.
door is red and
the door is
trim
red.
is
They
white.
have some white trim. The little free library doesn't have any white
well,
trim.
it has a white sign on top.
I think they just used their leftover paint to paint the little free library, which would be great, except for I don't like the color of the house. Oh, Liam. So, but they have like a set of stairs leading up to their house, and the first 2 stairs have white lights on the in the kick of the stairs. The thing you step on is the tread. The vertical thing is the kick. They have white lights on the kick of the stairs on the first 2, and red lights on the last 5 stairs.
The higher 5.
The higher 5 stairs. I don't understand why it's inconsistent, and it sort of bugs me. But they have a nice house number. I'd like it more if it were white ones at the top. I'd make it consistent.
Okay, so let's say you did just have those lights. How would you put them together?
I would go red, 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 white, white. So the white ones would be at the top.
Okay, I have no idea how this would look, but red, red, white, red, white, red, red.
Red, red, white, red. What?
Red, red, white, red, white, red, red.
Okay.
I'm not saying it would be good. I'm just curious what it would be like.
Yeah, it might be interesting. I don't know. Listeners, if any of you want to redo your porch stairs, maybe do that. What's going on, Liam? I'm so tired. Has it been long enough yet? Can we stop? I gotta say, listeners, you should be, maybe if we ever have a Patreon, you can get Liam's footage of our first try on this episode, which was way better than this one, I think, except it's just one-sided because mine cut out because of my phone has screen time limits, and my screen time limit on voice memos kicked in, and it wouldn't let me record. But anyway, we don't have a Patreon, so you probably won't get that ever.
Well, the point is we'll probably release it at some point.
We'll probably release it at some point. We'll do it as a mid-season, or like a we got 100 listeners, or like a we got 3 listeners, you know.
You know we've already broken 3, right?
We have 7 subscribers to our YouTube channel.
I think 2 of them are my accounts. So.
Yeah, I think 2 of them are my accounts.
It's Sabina's turn to record the outro on this one.
I'm going to record the outro, but I'm not going to do it right now. But the music is fading in right now. And when it fades out, you'll hear my voice again talking to you about who edited and produced this podcast.
I'll just make the fade really, really long.
Really long. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. I am faking all of my enthusiasm, but I'm gonna keep going!
No. Square one again.
Thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. Alright. Thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. Thanks for listening to Cream House White Trim and Other Modern Horrors. This episode is hosted and produced by me, Sabina Oldham, and I also edited it a little bit, but not very much. It's hosted and edited by Liam Miller-Castles, who is sitting next to me.
Hi.
Thanks to Esmeralda, the enigmatic editor. New episodes of our podcast, this podcast, the podcast that you're listening to, you know that podcast, are out every Monday, theoretically at noon.
Except next week, because we're taking a week break mid-season.
Oh, you're so right. We're taking a hiatus for mysterious reasons, but to stay tuned, figure out when our episodes are going to be, you can subscribe. And also, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, so my review isn't the only review on Apple Podcasts. And, go register to vote if you can. That's cool. Bye.